6:52 now on 1310 WIBA, Madison in the Morning on this Monday, May 11th. As we do every Monday at this time, we get an assessment on what we should be doing about our lawns as we get closer to summer. On the line with us, we have Andy Kurth, also known as Weed Man. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Andy.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, John.
So now our turf, you say, is going to become stalky. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, every year, and sometime around mid-May, generally, we have a circumstance where most, specifically Kentucky bluegrass, will try to seed itself or reproduce. So what happens is we go from having the nice, soft tissue to the plant getting more stalky and trying to grow seed heads. So what happens is it actually takes on a different appearance entirely. And ironically, we actually get calls from a lot of people, not a lot, but from some people wondering why they have weeds in their lawn. And it's actually just the seed heads of the grass, and it can take a little bit different appearance.
Now, Andy, I mowed for the first time. I know a lot of people have mowed several times already this year. I mowed for the first time on Saturday. And I was wondering, my lawnmower is a little bit higher than I have had in the past. I have a new mower. What are your suggestions as far as how high should we put the, what is the height we should have the mowers at?
Well, I try to make it real simple for people. So when we get into summertime, we're not there yet. Of course, this week it's starting to get some nice cool temperatures again, which is, I guess, good if we want to elongate the break. But I would always err on the side of generally. Now, there's always some mowers that go really high, but generally the highest setting you can mow it at.
Oh, really?
Because that makes it a lot easier for people to understand. When we get in the summertime, you want to mow it at a minimum down to, at a minimum, down to 3 inches, which means I want the max. You want to be cutting it between 4 and 3 inches, somewhere in that range. So you can want to let it grow to 4 inches and then cut it down to 3 inches. If you want to let it go to 4.5 inches, and 3.5 inches would be even better.
What's the danger of cutting it shorter than that?
Well, what we see a lot of times is, I'll tell you a real quick story. I remember years ago when I think I was on my honeymoon, and I came.
And you're thinking about cutting grass?
Wow.
Yeah. It always comes back to grass. Right?
Oh, the poor Mrs. Kurth.
I know, Nicole. Yeah. So, but when I had a buddy, he's like, I asked him to mow my lawn for me. I was gone for a couple of weeks, and he says, okay, I'll take care of it. I come back, and he goes, yeah, you were mowing it too high, so I cut it nice and short for you. Well, this was July, and we ended up having about a 90-degree spell during that time frame with no water.
Yeah.
And just about half my lawn died.
Oh, my God.
So what happens is that when you mow it short, it exposes more soil, obviously, so it heats it up more like a heat island effect, like an oven. And it won't retain any water. And as well as that, it'll also promote more weed growth because the weeds can grow and get more sun down to the soil. So the taller you grow it, the more water it will retain, the more it'll shade itself as well.
Now, this buddy of yours, he wasn't your best man, was he?
No, he was not.
That's a role I'd hate to be in. The weed man asking me to take care of my lawn. That's an impossible situation, Andy.
All I asked to do was mow it.
That's all I asked for you.
I just asked him to do was mow it.
Now, is there still time to get crabgrass and these broadleafs, these weeds controlled?
Yes, we're actually in the prime time now, so it's certainly not too late. And again, I know we've talked about this earlier, but there is such a large misconception with crabgrass control, and most people think they need to be out there like first thing in the springtime, and it's already too late. Actually, now, especially with this cooler week here, crabgrass still probably won't even start germinating in the average lawn until probably at least late May to early June, because we need 60-degree soil temps, give or take, for about 5 consecutive days, and we're just not going to get that now with these nighttime lows. So that, and with the weed, if everybody's still seeing the dandelions out there, so it's certainly an optimal time over the next 2 weeks to go ahead and get after the spring lawn maintenance.
All right. Andy, for Mother's Day, did you get your wife like a mowing blade or something,
I got her a massage.
Oh, well, that's nice. All right. Andy Kurth, Weed Man, thanks so much. We'll hear from Andy again next Monday morning. And remember, you can win lawn care for a year, a $400 value. Just go to WIBA.com to get the details. It is 6:57 now on 1310 WIBA.